Gone are the days when Portugal used to be where people did not appreciate going, when it was the continent's unsung destination, and when Portugal was not noticed or praised for its achievements. But not anymore. Portugal is now one of the coolest countries in Europe, and of course, the country is now emerging into the spotlight. With extraordinary hospitality and an emerging sector of high-end restaurants, hotels, and shops, Portugal is definitely hitting its stride. So in this video, we will be telling you why Portugal remains one of the best travel destinations in Europe. But before we begin, make sure you like the video and press the subscribe icon. Let's go! Portugal has been stealing Italy, France, and Spain's thunder, offering travelers beautiful experiences in the old continent during the past few years. When it comes to their food, gorgeous beaches, great vineyards, and even the fascinating history travelers crave, in fact, this country got first place as the favorite destination to move or retire. Let's begin with their weather and its landscapes. The weather alone and the variety of landscapes make sure that a visit to Portugal is cool, interesting, and always active. Lisbon, being the capital of Portugal, will always give you that joy you need. With its steep hills, yellow trams, and blue and white tiles, this is indeed a vibrant treat for the eyes. How about the coastlines that are rugged and dramatic? Porto itself gives you a brim with soulful old-world charm. Outside the cities are farms and national parks, ideal for hiking, coupled with expansive olive orchards. In fact, Portugal gives you a mix of terrains that features panoramic vistas and accommodate varieties of excursions and myriad of activities. Many thanks to its location on the southeastern edge of Europe, the temperature alone is cool, as it rarely drops much below 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The days are reliably sunny. This is indeed one of the best travel destinations you can ever think of. Did you also know that independent travelers can easily and pleasantly tour the country by car? Yes, you should know that Portugal is compact, with no two destinations more than a half-day drive from each other. So if you decide to take to the road yourself, it gives you the opportunity to visit little towns where life is pleasantly lived, much as it was hundreds of years ago. There are Roman roads, monasteries, convents, palaces, bridge and aqueducts, and manor houses. These features are among the many antique engineering and architectural treasures you'll see while navigating these narrow roads. The stops between Lisbon and the Douro Valley also include the charming villages of Tomar, Coimbra, and Óbidos. This has been one of the travelers' favorite stops. I'm sure you will not want to travel to a danger zone, so worry not, because Portugal is safe, stable, and accessible. This is one of those reasons the country remains one of the best travel destinations in Europe. In fact, Portugal has fortunately escaped the numerous attacks of recent years that have affected other European destinations, including London, Brussels, Barcelona, and Paris. The country feels very safe and secure when you're driving. Despite exciting and energetic cities like Porto and Lisbon, this country also offers tourists a pace that is relatively calm and peaceful. We understand the economic situation rebounding from the 2008 credit crisis, which made the country's residents busily start up and grow businesses. This means there is a large part of the activity in the tourism sector. One good thing is that the British have also been spending long weekends in Portugal for many years, which means most members of the hospitality industry are able to speak fluent English. As we speak, Lisbon, known as the City of Seven Hills, is an ideal weekend escape for U.S. East Coasters. That shows the level of security and accessibility in the country. Portugal is surprisingly family-friendly, and we can't even dispute that. Your kids will always adore Portugal's many palaces and castles that are always open to the public and beg to be explored. One basic fact is that the Portuguese cherish kids a lot and bring their own everywhere. In fact, nice restaurants also provide high chairs to enable little ones to move along and eat with the adults. Not only kids, but all guests are generally made to feel welcome, regardless of their age and status. The Martin Hall Chicado Family Suites is among the specifically family-friendly hotels, which is in Lisbon's Chicado neighborhood. This suite has rooms with bunk beds and suites with kitchens and washing machines. It also has kids clubs for children of different ages. This is a country your kids will love to travel to. Did you know about Six Senses Douro Valley? Well, this is a world-class destination hotel. At the time the celebrated Asian spa brand Six Senses announced that it would be launching its first European property, a lot of people thought that the location would be in coastal Italy, the south of France, or even southern Spain. They were amazed when the new property opened in a restored 19th century manor house in the underhyped north of Portugal. This was opened in 2015. However, the selection of the site isn't so surprising when you consider that the Douro Valley is simply one of the most beautiful wine countries in the world. It is blissfully devoid of tour buses and mass market tastings. So the guests at the Six Senses Douro Valley even understand the reason behind it becoming a huge success. The salmon-colored palace sits on a hillside above the Douro River, with an exterior that evokes tradition and interiors with contemporary minimalism. It also features 57 guest rooms, with beautiful views of the 19-acre property and surrounding countryside that include the river and adjacent vineyards. Portugal has it all and has it cheaper. If you're looking for the European experience, trust me, Portugal has it all. Even when you compare other popular European cities to Portugal, you'll realize their things cost less. Amazingly, travelers can get to the country very easily, with 3 international airports in Lisbon, Porto, and Faro. Let's talk about essential traditional meals like the famous pastel de nata, which is a tiny egg tart dessert charged with savory flavors. A whole of this can cost just $1 at world-famous bakeries and cafes. There's also the popular Porto wine you can drink at one amazing bar right in front of the Douro River in Porto. You can select from an excellent variety of pocket-friendly prices and taste the less expensive and distinctive local wines. Tourists also enjoy the Portuguese sardines, the popular pork sandwiches called baifanas, and the local fish bacalhau. Although prices have increased during the past few years due to inflation and all, Portugal is still very much affordable. Although renting cars may be quite an expensive option because of the hike in the price of gas, buses and trains are practical and affordable. In fact, travelers can find very cheap accommodations at great locations between November and February. The most popular cities like Porto and Lisbon also offer festivals, free museums, and low-cost activities. The country also has a wide range of options for all kinds of travelers, from surfing, hikes, and castle visits to wine tasting tours. If you're also the type who wants to save even more, you can also explore more unpopular destinations that provide magnificent and unique experiences. The ancient and unique architecture, the yummy local food, and even the breathtaking beaches can be found in numerous places. Please take note that there are so many cities to explore, but here are 3 of travelers' favorite destinations in Portugal at the moment. Lisbon. Indeed, this beautiful capital offers travelers impressive architecture, great nightlife, tasty food, and modern culture. Porto. This charming city also features a beautiful river where colorful boats are always crossing. How about the local wine, which is a must? Also, visitors can explore fascinating gems like the Lello Library. Madeira. This is very popular among digital nomads right now. It gives you a special and unique experience if you want to learn more about the local diversity. It also offers beaches, botanical gardens, historical attractions, and much more. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, do ensure to give this video a thumbs up and tap on that awesome subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.